Welcome to my channel Boomsy Bay Beauty. My name is Juliana and welcome to my first low buy haul. I decided to start a low buy I think the beginning of July, just because everything was getting out of control really. So I wanted to kind of like retune my thoughts, or retune what I like, what I like to buy, my buying patterns and everything. I just wanted to do that because earlier in the year I did a video on how I was going to shape my spending habits, and I just wanted to make sure that I was keeping to what I planned to do at the beginning of the year, which was to spend wisely really. So I decided to start a low buy from the 1st of August. My decision was a low buy, not a no buy, because no buy would never work for me. So it's no point deceiving myself. I knew I would still be interested in buying something, so I thought I'll just do a low buy. There was no way I was going to do a no buy. It's not going to be possible. Not in this world. Okay, let's start with the products I got out of necessity. So I did get 2 primers. So they are both from Nyx. They are like a mattifying primer. Normally I use the Urban Decay Slick primer, which is quite like a medium range in terms of prices. So I wanted to kind of temporarily swap to something slightly cheaper but would still work, because this one I need when I want like a 12-13 hour look without having to touch up, which is what this primer does. It is absolutely a wonderful primer. If you've got oily skin and you want to wear your makeup for like at least 8 hours, then this is the answer. This would stop the oil at bay and you won't look sleeky at the end of the day, and your makeup won't slide off your face. It is perfect. But like I said, the prices is mid-range, so I swapped to like a more like a slightly lower end in terms of prices. So this is the Can't Stop Won't Stop primer, and this is the Shine Killer. So I use this all over my face, then I concentrate this right on my T-zone, especially my nose and my chin and forehead. Sometimes I avoid my cheeks, sometimes it just depends, because I also use niacinamide. Niacinamide kind of like mattify the skin more and more. So the more I use my niacinamide, the less oily my skin is. So it does depend on how effective or how it's working at that particular moment, because sometimes I use it twice a day, sometimes I use the niacinamide once a day. If you use it twice a day, it works faster. So if it's very fast, then I don't need to use any mattifying on my cheeks, but I usually always have to use on my nose. So these are products I use every day. If I don't use them every day, literally my makeup after 1 hour will start melting away with the oil that seeps out of my skin. So I swapped to lower prices, if you like. So these were definitely necessity. Alright, another purchase I allowed myself were purchases from TK Maxx, which I believe in America is called TJ Maxx. In UK they are called TK Maxx. So I found these 3 products in TK Maxx, and honestly I was so happy when I saw them, especially the Becca highlighter. I don't know if you can see the back. This was originally £30 and I bought it for £12.99. So for me it was a bargain. When it was first announced that Becca was going to go out of business, my first thought was, I've never used the highlighter and they're going to go out of business. But I wasn't prepared to pay stupid money to get one, so I was quite pleased when it came to our TK Maxx. And the best part of it is that the shade I saw in TK Maxx was something that was suitable for my skin tone. And this one is called Chocolate Geode or Geode. I don't know how to pronounce that, but this is the highlighter I'm wearing today. Absolutely beautiful. I don't know if you can see on my skin, and I'm just going to quickly swatch it. This is what it looks like. At first I was worried it was going to be too dark, but I think I managed to get away with it. So this is what that looks like. So absolutely beautiful. Actually very close to my skin tone. So that's Chocolate Geode, whatever that is. Well, yeah, so that's one of the things I got from TK Maxx. And then I got the neon palette from Huda Beauty. So this is the green and this is the pink. Honestly, the prices, they were just ridiculous, and I've been wanting to get this, but they're not the kind of palettes I want to purchase at full price. So when I saw it at a sale, oh, absolutely wonderful. And this is what the green one looks like, and then the pink ones. And I'm so glad I got it from TK Maxx, because when I swatched the shimmers, they were very light, almost like topper shades, at least when I swatched them on their own. So light. And I'll show you on my hand. Look at that. They're like topper shades. It wasn't until I put glitter on my hand and then kind of swatched them on top of the glitter, that's when they kind of came out popping. So I'm really glad I got them at a very, very ridiculously cheap price. Alright, I haven't used them yet, so I don't know how the mattes perform or anything like that, but when I use them, I will try and possibly post a picture on my story or something, just so you can see what the palette performed like. And these are 5 out of 6 shimmers in the green palette. And this is what they swatch like. So my hand is slightly damp. So this is actually better, slightly better than the pink one, but they are all still light shimmers. Can't even begin to imagine paying full price for the palette. That's not gonna happen. But yeah, I got them at the bargain, so I'm gonna try them out because I love neon shades. And now on to the most exciting part of this low buy purchase. Two palette from Be Perfect Cosmetics. So I've got the Carnival 3 palette as well as the Manifest Dream Big palette. I have wanted this palette for ages. I mean, when this came out, I really wanted it, but I couldn't pay that price. I have a second palette, the XL Pro palette, and this is what the inside of the XL Pro palette looks like. So to me, when I saw the Tahiti palette, it looked too similar for me to pay full price for. And I'll just show you side by side. So well, maybe on top of each other. So this is the first palette I got, the XL palette, and this is the Tahiti one. So for me, I don't see any big difference, you know, to think I want to pay full price for it. It was never going to happen. I mean, look at that. I mean, ideally, if you have this, you don't really need this, but I still wanted it anyway because I love the pigmentation on a palette. I love the blendability of the mattes and the shimmer shades. Out of this world. So I knew they were going to perform well, so I definitely want this. I got this on a 30% off. One day I opened my Instagram page and I saw 30% off Be Perfect palette. I ran to the website to go and get those 2 palettes. They are beautiful. This palette is beautiful. I mean, the one thing this has over the XL Pro is that it's got more purple like pink like shades. I mean, this is the XL Pro. You can see it's mainly blue and the neutral shades on this side. But if you look at this, it's got like a concentration of your pinks, lilac, purples, and that was kind of the main difference really. And these 2 pop of greens, they were quite distinct enough to be able to get this on a sale, not on a full price. And then lastly, the Dream Big Manifest palette. This is the packaging and this is what the palette looks like. So on the inside, this is the palette. Look how beautiful this palette is. I don't know how I can show you so you can see the effect. It's got like marble shades. I mean, look at that. Marble design. And one of the shade, this one is actually cream. It's literally like a cream-like shade. So beautiful. I'm just going to quickly swatch some of the shimmers in this Manifest palette. I used this on Friday and honestly, absolutely beautiful. With no shimmer, nothing. This was beautiful. Look at that. Absolutely gorgeous palette. Okay, 4 more shades. So look at this nice green shade. I think I would say it toss between medium green and lime green. And this is like a turquoisey greenish shade, and this one moss green one. Oh, beautiful. And finally this, I want to say brownish orange. Oh, they are gorgeous. So that was most of the shimmers from this Manifest palette. This is a beautiful palette. This is actually the one that made me go on the website more than the Tahiti one. This is definitely a beautiful palette. I had wanted this for a long time and I'm so happy I got it. And got it at a bargain as well. Right, it's reflection time. Okay, were there palettes I missed out on? Quite a few. I mean, how did it feel in the first place? It was quite humbling. I want to say it was quite humbling, you know, just to say just because you can buy it doesn't mean you should buy it, because it made me think. Every time I saw something I thought, oh, nice palette, it made me think, do I really need it? And I've been able to dupe quite a few palettes. I mean, if you go on my Instagram page, you will see quite a few palettes that I duped and avoided having to buy. Honestly, it felt satisfying. It's also been a way for me to use my single shades. I mean, I've used a lot of my single shades. I've had to dig out some old palettes that I've not used, you know, in a long time, and it's just been quite satisfying for me. I mean, has it been easy? Not so much. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes, you know, when some things have come out, especially the OPV palette, the Bloom palette, I really wanted that palette. Even the Beauty Bay Wilderness one, I wanted that one. Even that one wasn't as much as the OPV one, but the OPV one, I really want that palette, but I managed not to buy it, you know, with all the temptation. You know, it's doable. That's what I think. Well, so far so good. I think it's doable. I mean, I'm just in my first month, but I think I have a lot of faith in myself. I have faith in myself that I can kind of like keep doing this, you know, just buying essentially what I need or what might be on extreme sales, and, you know, just kind of like asking myself the questions, do I really need it? At least until Black Friday, which is when all hell might break loose. I don't know what would happen on Black Friday, but right now I just want to stick to my low buy. I want to be sensible about my buying options and just think twice really before buying anything. Alright guys, that's the end of this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you've enjoyed it, please like this video, share it, and subscribe to my channel. And until next time, I'll see you. Bye.